Hi guys, hello. Um, I was just laying on the floor, like right here, and it's kind of like, rocking. It's sort of like an exercise for your back when you're kind of like rolling on your back and pressing your legs up to your chest. And I just thought to myself, I kind of like showed the scariest part of my apartment, and I'm no longer scared to make any vlogs because, like, what else to be scared about? And I realized the reason why I made such video, because I just didn't want to be afraid to make vlogs, and I didn't want anything to hold me back, or like any other types of videos, not necessarily vlogs. I just said vlogs because I really was thinking about videos, but I said vlogs because it was on my mind. So yeah, that's all I wanted to share. And I just thought about it and I was like, that is brilliant, that's exactly I did it, because sometimes I just lose track of thoughts. I haven't slept today enough, but it's okay. I wanted to show you the progress with our renovation. Okay. So this is the progress. I started stripping away the old paint, and I'm doing this using fan and a spatula. Is that a spatula? Hold on. Where is it? I can't find it anywhere. Like a scraper. I just can't find it anywhere. And our sink now looks like this. I've covered up all the holes that we used to have here, and this is what it looks like now. But we still have, like, I need to continue. Like, I taken off the old skirting. I remember the floor skirting, and now it looks like a hole basically between the concrete wall and wooden floor. And I'm using tile glue to cover up this whole area. It's quite solid, and I just like this material for some reason. It's very inaccurate right here. I was in a hurry yesterday because my dad was freaking out and he wanted to install a new sink and also to install a washing machine over here. But I don't want it to be here because we had like holes all over here, and quite frankly, this is a favorite place for roaches to live in. So I didn't want them to live in the washing machine. So I was against this idea, and I still am, because we still have some roaches to use. I don't know what this thing called, but my sister applied it on the kitchen tiles. You can see over here and here. It smells appealing, delicious to roaches, and it smells like flowers, like a body cream or something. But to insect, it's appealing and they want to eat it. Gosh, I'm trying to make better videos, and I've realized I just need to talk because, well, for once, I have a progress in my language. For example, I didn't know dish soap. Now I know that's dish soap. And as I learned new potato, this thing is skirting. It's not a skirt, as I thought. But that was the closest that I remembered. I know my English isn't perfect, and this is something that I was thinking about yesterday as I was editing my video. I tried to enhance my pronunciation, my voice, like, hold on. I have construction work going on near my house, so I'm sorry. I apologize if you still hear some noises. Well, I discovered something about my language that I still need to talk, and more importantly, I need to love myself as I am. I try to use English as a reason why to love myself. Like, if I can't speak well enough, then I can love myself, but that's conditional and that's not what love is. And when it hit me, I started to realize, well, first of all, I cannot even reach the excellent level of this language until I actually allow myself to have some sort of a life in this language. Like, I'm making a video right now, and for example, last time I didn't know how to say to take those tiles off. I made this mistake. I said, like, I need to take them away, and it took me a while to remember even that. And also, I couldn't remember I'm not supposed to say them, as in Russian we call them. In English we just say it. Little things like that I discovered that you can only get by practicing, and sort of like, but how can you practice? You need to have some sort of a life in this language. So vlogging is a perfect way. Also, I find it's very useful for me to improve my pronunciation, to flex my accent, and because I never get to work on this. Like, I listen to Americans, like to videos, to podcasts, and stuff like that. And I try to copy, like, the mimic, how it sounds, all the good stuff. All the good stuff. Like, my speed gets up to, like, whatever. I cannot remember the expression. Then I realized it's all just basically a phenomenon of not having this as a practice in your life. So this is something wonderful that I've discovered for me, how I can engage those things that I learned from people, from like some American people. I'm like talking along to a person, shadowing technique. I've also discovered this thing, you only copy people that you like for some reason, like you like something about those people. It's kind of like a layered process when you like heard something that sounded kind of cool, you like how this girl sounded like, and you identify with this girl, or you like something about this girl or a guy. It doesn't really matter. Another thing, I kind of like discover like each individual, no matter like regardless of the language, English language, whatever, like Kyrgyz language, it's kind of like uniquely to each individual. You really need to kind of like to practice how your unique abilities of your voice, etc., could fit into. It's kind of like your unique expression, because I discovered there are some Americans that are unable to enunciate because they kind of like hiding something, or they kind of like have like the kind of personality they like to keep things to themselves, or this all leaves a trail on a person's expression, such as language as well. So it's very unique how each person's language sounds like. So you can only get it by practicing. So yeah. I started copying this girl Claudia, but then I realized there are some qualities to her voice part that I can't copy, or it feels like a stretch for me trying to copy those. Kind of like feels kind of like she's tired, and this tiredness I just can't copy, and it sounds very like American, very like California girl. I've been asking myself, is this how I want to sound in English for the rest of my life? Answer is no. For example, I kind of have in my voice what intelligent people have, kind of like high pitch and then low down, kind of like waves of voice, which you can trace in this character Sheldon Cooper, The Big Bang Theory. I kind of also have this in my voice. I knew a couple of girls in my school who also had it, and I know a few people from the internet. Well, I don't know them personally, but I'm subscribed to them, and I just kind of discovered I also have this trace, maybe this feature in me. Yeah, and I cannot be without this thing, and it's kind of like when you make a new discovery,